Hello, everyone. Welcome to our session, Overcoming the Fear of Maths. So let's just start with a short prayer. Lord God, thank you for your blessings. Thank you for helping us to learn, to understand. Thank you in full faith. So we know a lot of children who are struggling with math, and there are some children who also don't even want to go to school, because they're so scared of math class or some other teacher or some class. Now, these are all little fears that we can help the children to overcome. So what are the causes of fear of math? Maybe sometime in childhood, a kindergarten teacher said, can't you add? Or maybe, a parent, meaning well, we all are well-meaning parents, but sometimes we may end up saying things to our kids that doesn't really work. Okay. So, it's like it could just be something that someone said at some point, and it just gets stuck in their aura. So just so that you can understand, there is, around our physical body is our aura. And inside the aura, there are a lot of things, including those things that we have heard many, many years ago. Okay. Our thoughts, also the encouragement that we provide our children also stays in their aura. Okay. So some of the causes of fear of math is just these things that they have heard, or maybe they've heard an elder sibling talk about it, that, oh, it's so hard, it's so difficult. Okay. So if you hear things like, my child, my son, my daughter doesn't like maths, or if you hear things like, my child has poor marks in mathematics, or if you hear a parent thinking like, how is my child going to manage in life without mathematics? All these are signs where, we can help, you can help. Right now, exams are coming up. It's exam season. So again, the child could have fear of mathematics or could have fear of any other subject. It could be science or English or second language, third language. All of these are little fears and anxieties that we can take care of with pranic healing. How do we do that? One, of course, is talk to your child softly. Preferably hold your child when you are talking to them. Make them sit on your knee if they are small enough. Hold them tightly and then gently ask, like, why are you scared of mathematics? And wait, and wait, and wait till they answer. Okay. Sometimes it can take kids a long time to answer. And once you get an answer from them as to what the problem is, why are they struggling with it? Do they just find it too hard, or they find it boring, or I don't know. It could be different things. So again, if you have, again, depending on the kind of problem that they're having, we can help work with it. In fact, my friend Gaurav Tekriwal of Vedic Math India Forum, he does online tutoring classes. So that's a fantastic way. And that's a system that actually, just for your information, I used to be like a below average student. And when I started doing well in school, one of the things that I had found was a version of Vedic mathematics. It was called the Trachtenberg system, but it was based on Vedic mathematics. And that's what helped me, kind of top in class. So just keep that in mind as an option. So again, just to explain for those of us who don't know, what is pranic healing? Pranic healing is a set of energy tools by which we can change energy. Okay. So all of you must be familiar with the types of energy, right? There is electricity, there is heat, there is sound. Now, when we turn on our music system, which we used to have at some point, then what is happening is electricity is being converted to sound, right? Or if you've heard of wind power, then wind is converted to electricity, which then comes to our house and lights our bulbs and lights and our, charges our laptops and our phones, right? So energy can be changed from one form to another form, right? So fear, phobia, anxiety are all just types of energy, which means, thankfully, that they can be changed, right? So this is something that we can achieve with pranic healing. Parents can take pranic healing for their children, or you can learn as a parent, and then you can do it for your child. You can help them during their exams. So another few things that you can do is there's something called super brain yoga, which is a 2-minute exercise, which helps children to concentrate better. So you can, teach them that. I will quickly share with you how it's done. Then there is something called the meditation on twin hearts. Now, according to our teacher, Master Chokkok Sui, meditation helps you to absorb and to retain information. So this is something that children below the age of 16 can do once a week. We have a session on Saturdays at 5 p.m. at our center in Baliganj Place, and it's also online. So if you want, you can just ping us and we'll, get you the needful. The third, of course, is to take pranic healing distantly. This is when a child's time is not required. They could be at home, they could be doing anything, they could be playing football, and the healer will do the healing from the center. Of course, it's nice if the child is resting, but it's not required. So that way, at least your child is not stuck. It's not like another tuition or another thing that they have to do. Okay. Then taking pranic healing during classes and exams. So sometimes we know of children who are struggling with exams because they just get tired with the writing. If they have to write for 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever it is, their hands get tired. Now, as a parent, what you can do is during the exam, you can clean their hands and you can apply the pranic healing techniques, which will help them to speed up their writing. Okay. So, of course, the child's effort will be required, but along with that, you can provide the energetic support. Plus, if you feel that your child is someone who gets anxious or gets nervous and forgets things, you can help during the exam and you can definitely help before the exam. Okay. So in both cases, this really works. So in terms of advanced healing, it would be healing for the fear of mathematics. If your child doesn't like studies, you could be doing healing for that. Healing for concentration and focus, because sometimes, it's like, you sit down with the child to do homework. It's like, mom, I want food. Mom, I want to go to the bathroom. Mom, I want that. Mom, I want this. Mom, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that can happen. Again, as a parent, you can heal that, or you can take healing, like I said. Then some children actually get fever because they're so scared, nervous, upset about the exam, right? So they can get fever, and then you don't know what to do. So we can heal for fever. Some children get loose motions and some people get headaches. And of course, a lot of children get stressed and they just don't want to go. Okay. Also, the last one on this slide is the healing for parents and children relationships during exams. Because what happens is the parent is like, study, study, study. And the child is like, no, 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 no. Okay. So, it's a very typical conversation. So I remember having this conversation. It was between a son and a father. And the father said, so much, this, kitna time baki hai exam ke liye? And the child says, kitna time baki hai exam ke liye? So essentially, it's a way of saying that, the parent is thinking, oh, there's so little time. And the child is thinking, oh, there's so much time. So this can obviously lead to a conflict. And sometimes, we find that after exams or, usually over studies, a lot of parents end up having fights with their children. If you're not one of those, that's fantastic. You can still help your child to improve their concentration, to understand earlier in life what kind of career path that they want to go for. So all these things will work. Okay. Then pranic healing is very easy to learn. We conduct the workshop in half days and full days. So you can take any option. And just going back to, just going back. So if anybody has any questions, just let us know on the chat box. And otherwise, we will, how long does it take? Okay. So this is a very good question. How long does it take? So how long does it take depends on how long the child has actually had that particular problem. Okay. So if the child has just had it recently, it's going to go away pretty quickly. If it's just something that someone said very recently, it's going to go away fast. But if it's something that's been there for a while, it may take some sessions. So usually what we do is during exams, we suggest that parents take healing for a month before exams and then during exams. Okay, so that could be a total of maybe 24 sessions. And you can approach our center for healing packages in case you're interested. Okay. How does it work? It works by, that's interesting. So that's why we basically encourage people to do the workshop, because we teach you how to do it yourself. But just to explain how it works is, like I said, we have an aura. And in our aura, we have this, all of us have, different things. We have love, we have fear, we have anxiety. So sometimes what happens is that when we are already anxious about something, we tend to attract more of that kind of energy, which makes us more and more and more anxious or irritated or angry. And then what happens is that it comes to a point where then the person is not able to function at all. Okay. So that's basically what in pranic healing, what we do is we either remove the energy and put in fresh energy. So for example, if someone is afraid of maths or any other subject, we'll remove the fear and we'll input some courage. Okay, and we do that all energetically. Or we will change the fear into determination or courage. So it depends on how much there is and what kind it is. That again, like I said, you can learn in the workshop. It's a 2-day workshop where you can learn how to heal. The costs, yeah, so it depends on who is doing the healing. So in general, it would be, about 1,000 rupees a session. And that's for this year, 2024. And I suppose, a child who is struggling, if they're struggling, like if they have problems like ADHD and stuff, then it can take more sessions. Otherwise, if it's just a simple fear or a phobia, it can be solved in about 12 sessions or less. So what we basically do is that we will decide how many sessions are going to happen, and then we'll start the healing. And hopefully, if your child gets healed before that, then it's sorted. Then we'll just kind of refund the unused portion of the money to you. So you don't need to feel like, oh, I'm stuck. You're not stuck. You're never stuck. Okay. So again, if you also want to meditate, or you want your child to meditate, or you want to come to the center and learn super brain yoga, again, just give us a message. Okay. So our number is below. It's here. So I'm just going to share the screen again really quickly, and you can just take the number off. It's 9433 40604. Again, 9433 40604. So here we go. Okay, so there's the number at the bottom. I hope that helps. And thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.